You know, they say that Tyler is a gift that keeps on giving. Tyler Carpenter, of course, of Draw Talk. I love his Twitter hot takes. I love the fact that Tyler gives me endless amounts of content to talk about. Right now, Tyler is discussing, is there a shadow battle, a shadow battle between indie creators right now on the following topic. And here's the topic. What Kickstarter is versus what Kickstarter should be. In this thread, Tyler says, I'm going to break it down and let you make a decision what you think, along with my thoughts. Here we go. So before we get into Tyler's thoughts, I have talked to Tyler on this subject, if you will, the other night. And I told him, I said, look, there is what Kickstarter is and, what Kickstarter should, what people think it should be. And mostly those who think it should be different are the ones that are generally failing. Okay. And that's why they think it should be different, because Kickstarter, the meta, and there is a meta, and I'll explain that, doesn't cater to the type of books that they're trying to push. Also, some people are just not interested in the type of books that they're trying to push. It's a hard reality. It's a big pill to swallow, but swallow it you will. Let's see what Tyler says. He says, what Kickstarter is currently is a place for books that you can't currently get on the mainstream shelf. That is why a lot of not safe for work books and sexy stuff does well. As well, it's a place that rewards really out their ideas if the packaging is fits. I think that sentence is construed wrong. As well, it's a place that rewards really out their ideas if the packaging fits. Okay, I get what he says. So if you got something that's really off the wall and different, maybe, just maybe, you have a chance. What some creators want Kickstarter to be is another extension of the mainstream. These creators typically make sci-fi, horror, crime, superheroes in all capital letters, and all ages books. They know these books could do well in the traditional market, but that doesn't translate to Kickstarter. So let's stop right there. Chances are they're probably not going to do well in the mainstream market. The reason why they're not in the mainstream market is because it's not mainstream quality. Okay, not to say that Marvel has been producing top-notch quality these days, but I digress. The thing is, the reason why these books are on Kickstarter is because they will not get a shot anywhere else. Okay? If these creators who make these sci-fi and horror books and whatnot were that good, if the stories were that compelling and the art that stellar, they wouldn't need Kickstarter because they already be in the mainstream. You understand what I'm saying? So they have no choice but to go to Kickstarter. They go to Kickstarter, and the hard truth arrives that no one is interested in their shit. And then what happens is they blame the platform and the not safe for work books as a reason why their shit doesn't sell, instead of looking at the book and looking at themselves in the mirror. I know, it's crazy, right? The shadow battle is that creators are fighting with what Kickstarter is and what others want it to be. The reason why creators want Kickstarter to be an extension of the mainstream is because the alternative to the solution would them creating their own type of platform to house their style of books. Look, you're even going too far with that. The alternative is their fucking comic book careers are killed, right? If you don't have Kickstarter as a place to bring your fledgling idea, poor or great quality, doesn't matter, chances are you're not going to get the funds you need to even produce the book in the first place. Without the funds to produce the book, you're not making any other books. And going to some alternative platform, whether it's your own or Fund My Comic, it's not really going to help you. Okay, Kickstarter is king. Right now, the Kickstarter fire platform. Right now, Kickstarter is the fire platform. It's the lit platform, as the kids would say. But only certain books are making the most money. If your book doesn't fall in that category, where do you go? Either trad market or build your own platform. Many don't want to build their own platform, i.e. their own audience. And here's the thing. So if your Kickstarter fails, yeah, you can try and make it on your own. You can try and Pay it out of pocket. Trust me, it's expensive. If you're talking 24-page comic, you're looking anywhere from $6 to $7 grand. Not 6, 3 to 7 grand. Excuse me, a little cough there. And you can try Indiegogo, unless if you are a card-carrying member of Comicsgate in great standing, you're probably not going to do that well over there, and even less chance on Fund My Comic. So you can make your own site, but basically, if you are a Kickstarter, no, if you're a comic book creator and you're looking to make funds to get your comic book off the ground, there really is no other choice but Kickstarter. Especially if, and this is assuming you don't have the money and you need to raise money. I see many creators who have built their own site go on other platforms and bring their audience over there, do massive numbers. Why? They spent the time to cultivate and build an audience. They get to make the books they want and get the reward. I would have to see some examples of that. I mean, I know that they exist, but are we talking like first time creator just coming out of the woodwork, throws up a site and makes fucking 5-6 figures? Or are we talking like guys who have YouTube presence or name recognition already have built up an audience some other way that they're bringing with them? Okay? Here's the thing, not everyone is going to be the next Eric July, right? Build a platform, make an audience. Doesn't really work that way. You have to have something called charisma. You have something that you need to say that people can get behind. But on top of that, you need to have years, John, years in the game to even build that audience, because it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. And then you got cats like me who are 48 years old who, quite honestly, who knows when we're going to kick the bucket, right? And I don't got the next 15 years to try and cultivate and build an audience. Okay, I got 15 months, you know what I mean? To cultivate and build an audience. And I've already done that through 10 years of work with Nyobi, and will continue to do so. But, if you're a first-time creator, you got no fucking name recognition, you don't want to put 15 years to build it, you're going to have to go to Kickstarter. Why? Because that's where the built-in audience is. Ding, ding. Tyler goes on to say, my thoughts are this. Creators should ultimately make books that are true to them in what they want to create. The one thing I dislike about Kickstarter currently is I've seen a lot of porn books that I know are straight up cash grabs. No ill on the creators, that's the game. Well, it's called the market, right? We have one said book called Boobs. Boobs. It's a straight up cash grab, And yeah, you can see these things, right? So this is what's called being a smart shopper or being a smart buyer. You see something that is just like mid-quality, cash grab. Maybe it's going to be a one and done. Maybe, it's in a mini series that's never going to get finished or completed. You might want to pass on that one. Go for the guys who you can tell have heart. Like me. Also, I don't see the passion or creativity in these stories. I think no matter what, you should be building your own platform and audience so that you can make and sell whatever kind of book you want to make. If your book doesn't fit Kickstarter, you can still do well elsewhere. And then Tyler goes to promote his book on Kickstarter. So you can do it elsewhere. It's a lot harder to climb. The thing about Kickstarter and comic books is it really is the first stop on your journey to start making money and start to build an audience. You can build an audience from Kickstarter, right? Kickstarter has their own eyeballs, but these eyeballs are really going to start liking what you're doing if what you're doing has any merit or quality. Let me take a drink of this apple juice. That's good stuff. Let's see, though. Let's see what these people are saying. The argument about Kickstarter, about being the things outside the mainstream, is a double-edged sword. The platform has already thrown its blessing behind AI comics. Not quite. They made some rules on that. I don't think that means they're throwing their blessing behind it. They acknowledge that it exists. Once the technology becomes good enough, Kickstarter will become flooded with them. Mostly probably not safe for work, and they will likely do well. Tyler says he's never thought about that. Look, we're already starting to see that. I was like looking for art that I can use for my D&D character for tonight's D&D game, and it's all AI. It was flooded with AI. That's the great thing about AI, though, is I can grab an AI picture, give it to a real artist, and say, okay, here's an idea for a character. Let's change it up a bit. Let's make it cool. And then it becomes ours. fucking fantastic. Posting for anyone who hasn't read this yet. No additional comments from me as I'm still processing how this works. It's good or a bad thing. So Kickstarter's AI policy. We've covered that on the show before. Basically, the thing is, anything that you use AI, you have to be upfront and forthcoming with it to Kickstarter before you are allowed to put it on the platform. Tyler says, I wish the did you use AI portion of the campaign was at the very top and not the very bottom. But also, I've seen a ton of AI comics fun. It looks like consumers don't care. It's just us creators who are affected. And Orland says, you're right. Most of us don't care. Speaking for the consumers. They don't care. They care with what looks cool, right? Where it comes from is not their concern, you know? I don't care, you know, the beef of my McDonald's burger, what cow it came from, as long as it's fucking fit to eat, right? You know? I'm not doing that much research into it, you know? It's the same thing when someone sees cool art on the internet and they go, oh, I really like that, and they right click and save. They don't care, motherfuckers. They don't care. Those motherfuckers aren't real. Rob here says Kickstarter is fine the way it is. It is the creators that are having the problems. You're responsible for following the service and guidelines of platform issues. Plus, it's really stupid for certain people boycotting Kickstarter. The money's on the table. You're leaving it. It's all true. All 100% true. You're going to play in someone's sandbox, someone's platform where they already have the audience. Yeah, you're going to have to play by their rules. You know, the only way you can get around that is by making your own sandbox. And even then, you're still playing by someone's rules. Well, what do you mean? You got your own site. Well, say you go with GoDaddy. GoDaddy has its own set of guidelines on things it's going to allow and not allow. These places have to run servers, right? These servers could shut you down for whatever reason that they want. We've seen it happen, you know? We've seen it happen when they tried to shut down Parler, when it became a threat to Twitter X, right? So don't think that these things can't be taken away from you just because you're not using Kickstarter. They most absolutely can. As far as what I think about the overall topic, I think Kickstarter is just fine. I think those who are going to make it are going to make it, and I think those who suck are going to get chopped out. And I think that's exactly how it should be. I think that's a fair playground for the market, you know. And as it does become oversaturated, and it will with AI and amongst other things, even more sort of not safe for work content, as people try to flood in and cash in on the meta, the crap is still going to be weeded out. Only the top of the top are going to survive. And these mid and lower average books and these cash grabs are sort of going to go by the wayside. That's my thoughts on it. Just like Tyler has said, let me know what your thoughts are. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it out, comment, because that's how we get the algorithm moving. And let's get to 1,000 subscribers strong. By the way, quick shill, if you haven't heard, Nyobi, Penguin, and the Crossover is coming to Kickstarter. That's right, Kickstarter, not my own platform. Kickstarter, which I've adopted as my own platform, in about 2 weeks. Shout out to Ben Dunn for lending me his character. It's going to be great stuff. Go check out the live stream we did the other night to see a preview of John Stinsman's cover for said book. You will not be disappointed. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.